Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, I truly love these types of games. I apologize I play them so much, but I just found the best one out of all of them where you can create your own character, play your own storyline. Not only that, make friends with everybody. It's absolutely hype, and it is the fourth one. Um, but with all that being said, I truly am happy I get to talk to you guys. I just watched one of the most beautifulest animated shows I have ever seen in this Well, I say show, but I really mean moment. And my PlayStation is about to take off like a jet because it can't handle one game and talking. But my lord, this was absolutely hype, guys. Like, not only did we just watch some ridiculous amount of, hey, this guy is much stronger than anyone that we've seen, because he's one of the 12. And for some reason, there's like a lower and I guess a upper, so that's more information that we already had initially. So, holy crap, this lasts forever. Um, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be like that prominent in the story. Like, oh, this guy's a lower and he's, garbage or something. I don't think it's that deep in the case of like their power skills because, as you can see, this power is strong enough to literally break the swords. But then when it came down to what our main character started to do, which I was actually really happy that they started to show this, is when you introduce something as cool as a character like his father, who, or not as cool, not his father, but when you introduce the guy with the top hat who the father kind of like gave a scare to, or like because he's wearing those earrings and our main character wear those earrings now, that's like their connection tied. He wants to kill the person who like rocks those. When you make an introduction like that for a character and you're like, hey, now that's pretty much what you have to understand is, like the beef between these guys is there's something about these earrings or something about his father and, this main demon who made the 12. There's a huge connection between them. So that's a connection I want to see what they do with overall. Not only that, there's only so much I can actually see popping off in the grand scheme of, oh my god, this character was so sick. In the grand scheme of where does all this, go? Like, where does it end? You know what I mean? Like, you can't really tell me that whoever whoever's going to get in the way of our main character now isn't going to push him to a limit that is pretty much thought to be limitless. So he always has that as a trump card now, which is actually pretty scary. And then to top it off, he's a water user. Pure, like his main entirety was water, and all of a sudden, this man just turned his water dragon into a fire one. So no pause, you know what I mean? Like, don't take that out of context. But I don't know how you could take it out of context, but I'm guessing there's people out there that could do it. But yeah, there's no way he would have known that he can go do fire unless this one moment came to him. And this is really interesting because a lot of shows and a lot of people hate these types of moments. My god, he just pulled that out of his booty cheeks. Which is how people can say and, interpretate this. But this was actually talked about, I think, twice now, or it wasn't talked about, but the first time we saw it, it was shown and detailed, like what it means to have some type of ties to people that can even reach you in places that you never thought would be reachable, aka your mind while you're in a very dire situation. All of a sudden someone pops up that you truly need to hear, someone who you truly need to know is still watching over you, still believing in every single step that you take. And that's kind of their mythos of how these memories kind of fester now. Like, my memory of my mother, my father, my sisters and brothers is so powerful that if I am in a place where my mind, because think about this, when we seen this our main character get into a tight spot like this already, and him pretty much be able to still put together like thoughts to, make the right move, to make the right decisions in the case of I need to use this technique because it will do this and that, and he's capable of actually doing that while in the middle of these fights. That just goes to show me where he's, actually coming from. And I love that aspect of his character because no matter what we see, he's gonna keep pushing. He's gonna keep fighting. He's gonna keep killing. He's gonna, you know what I mean? And that's where it came down to protecting his sister and this kid who has been, loved, not loved, but pretty much catered to all of his life. Literally would never understand that. So not only did he get everything he wanted pretty much because uh what's wrong with some guy time, man? Wow, he's happy about that. I'm sorry. Not only are they happy about that, it makes this weird notion that, hey, they want to push forward this notion of how things work overall. And once they were, giving us the whole, hey, this guy is going to lead to these certain aspects of the story, it then got interesting because if they didn't do this little flash into his mind and show us like all this stuff, he would have just been bodied. He would have literally just been, taken out and destroyed right there. And it makes me wonder if we're actually going to see somebody who should have shown up find out that he was watching or something, find out that he was not even willing to lend a hand to our boy, so that's where it gets a little bit of a interesting even more, because seeing his strings being able to cut through stuff, right, and then not only being able to cut through stuff, being swords, and then the sword gets up to his neck and he says his body is just as durable as that. So not only did he go from not being capable to even cut it or do damage to it, the the man then goes to actually like destroy stronger full power versions of these things. And I'm just left like, are you, what? If you ever seen Futurama, I do a mean professor. Good news, everyone. So I love this show, but that animation in that fire, if you did not see it or watch it twice already, I don't know how you're sitting here watching this. Go watch that thing again. How ridiculously dope it is. Not only that, one of the second best character, the sister, actually gets a new awakening power too, because she got to see her mother, like I was saying. Like, you could call it whatever you want, like however you see it, but just like how when he said to the boar guy, he's like, you don't know how injured you are. That's why he literally tied him up and made him stay still, so he does not want this guy to literally get himself taken out because he can't understand how much damage he sustained already. And because of that, I love the notion that he's not going to tell you what to do. He's just going to make you do it. Is his, like, his personality. And that guy seems like he could be so quick that he should have been able to find him. But to be fair, our main character was sent flying after getting punched away by that dad. So I don't know. They really played it off with a lot of ways to back up the way that this is going. And I think my PlayStation 4 just got louder because I was louder. Like, what do you mean, brother? But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. This episode was so gorgeous. My God, I can't wait to see what this show continues to do. I'm super shocked that anybody is kind of dropping the show or anything like that, because it's going to only be 26 episodes and we're getting a break. So I really hope this break goes by quick and they have an announcement about the next season quickly. So with all that being said, though, I hope you guys have an amazing one, and peace.